Okay, welcome everybody to Pool 1 replay with some commentary. There was a lot of requests for this. I'm honestly gonna give it my best attempt. This is my first time doing it, so I'd appreciate it if you guys you take it easy on me. And yeah, let's see what I can do. Alright, so we're staring at the back of my car. I am Filthy Zeta. This is qualifying results. We're on the grid, ready to go. Okay, so in first place for qualifying, we got myself in TQ, Filthy ZA, followed by his teammate, Strox Forever Sim Racing in second. Third place following, Priority ZA. Fourth, Binti. Fifth position, Denied Profit, followed by the other BMW driver, Biscuit. So at the moment in the front, we got the two Audis next to each other. Then we got side by side, Chev rivalry versus the BMWs. That is just... it's amazing to see this. Honestly, well, thank you guys for supporting us with the livery idea. Just look at that. That looks beautiful. Anyway, carrying on. 7th position, we got the Nismo. That's Noel Greiling. Followed by Slayer in that Scooby. Van Strape, the teammate of the Nismo. 10th position, we have Dave ZA in the Aston. Then we have Gambler sitting in 11th. Followed by Cartees. Followed by Ballistic, and last place in 14th position we got Ghost 78. Now there was some auto drives here, I do understand that, and we are very upset about that ourselves. We are trying to find solutions around it, it's just the game won't let us. So yeah, let's get this show on the road. I am starting on the BMW purely to show you guys how useless the Audi is off the line. That's I know it's a bit biased, but that's why I'm doing it. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Okay, so drivers ready. There we go. And look at that. That is just poor. Honestly, it is disgusting. So we got Binti coming up behind Priority. They snuck into first and second, going through the corner quite nicely. We have a bit of aggressive driving here in the first corner. It is a bit hairy. Denied is securing a 4th position, with Noel just sneaking past him. Now remember, Noel was in 7th position. He made up a lot of time there with that all-wheel drive pull away. The two Audis are sitting in 6th and 7th. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going down at the moment. Okay, so we're gonna come up to the bridge straight now. We got Biscuit here in 5th position, followed by SFE Sim Racing and the Audi. And behind him is the whole field just coming down. Everybody nice and single filed line. Let's see what our leaders are up to. So at the moment, very close racing in between Priority and Binti. They're going down the bridge straight now. Is Binti going to make a move on it now, or is he just going to hang back and take it easy and just apply some neat pressure? See, just following him. We have a lot of clusters here. First corner here, we're going too wide. Audi, teammate. I say let his teammate through there. Now he's chasing down that BM. That BM has got some serious legs on the straight here. So the front wheel drive Audi should have an advantage, but as you'll see now, it wasn't that easy. We actually have in the front an overtaking maneuver here from Binti. Is he gonna stick it? So Binti has the inside line. If he climbs on the brakes a bit late with the lighter car, you could go for it, but will he? No, he just tapped off, sat behind the Chev. And you guys can learn a lot from this, really. Just it shows, oof, we got too wide going. Let's go a little bit back there. We simply have to. So we got too wide coming in here, Biscuit and myself. 3 wide at the moment, giving each other space. A little bit of swerve there. But that's it, clean racing, guys. That's what we want at the end of the day. It's nothing more, nothing less. We just want some clean racing. Coming down to the left-hand sweeper here. Myself and Biscuit still battling it out. I think we went 3 wide into the stern here, if I remember correctly. Our leaders are still battling. Yes, 3 wide. S Sharks Forever giving me some space there. Brilliant. I think he picked up a penalty for that. Got Slayer coming out of nowhere. Let's see what our leaders are up to. I think Binti's going to be going for a move really soon. I mean, he's just sitting on Priority. This is honestly great racing. Like, look at that. He's just not giving him any space at this point. They are just dominating the field at the moment. This is really brilliant racing. Hats off to them, really. At the moment it's single file going down the line. Everybody just following each other nicely. Slayer is sitting on my ass. At the back of the pack, the guys also just look, everybody's behaving. Nice single file. Let's see what the front guys are up to. So everybody's coming down into the bridge straight now again. Benty's sitting on priority, but I know priority's gonna stick that inside. He's not gonna give Benty space here. Yeah, Benty's just going into the racing line, trying to see if he can get some nice exiting speed. Oh, that's beautiful, honestly guys. Hats off to you all. Like, look at that. Ooh. That is obviously a bit of lag. So let's see if Benty's gonna go for that overtaking maneuver once again. Sitting on priority, that's a nice livery. By the way, I think that livery was done by Angelus Sede, and well done, dude. Honestly, that is beautiful. Benty's I think he's gonna stick it this time. He has the inside late brake. He learned from last time how priority was running, and well done. Clean racing. These two guys are indeed brilliant sportsmen. They know what needs to be done. We got Sharks Wave in the front. I think myself and the BM are having a bit of a hairy battle here. It got a bit tense, I would say. I think over here we went for a little bit of a dive. We're keeping it nice and clean, single file. I must admit, these BMs look amazing. They are beautiful cars. Like, we have to showcase that. Like, hats off to like Jose for putting so much effort into this livery. And I mean, all the liveries look amazing, guys. Honestly, like, I can't do it. Like, look at these cars. All of it is just brilliant. Thank you all so much for your effort, and we highly appreciate it. We really do. Like, that's also bloody beautiful. Alright, back to some racing. Let's see what's happening here. So Benty's sitting comfortably in the lead. Priority's not obviously letting him sneak past. No says nice comfortable third place at the moment. Denied also not too much stress. Problem is here, the two Audis are chasing down this BM, and this is where the race is at the moment. Like, they are honestly just hunting that BMW. But at the moment, nice single file racing, looking good. Honestly, it's just very good racing at the moment. Ooh, Sharks Forever does go for the inside there, but he couldn't make it. But Biscuit did close the door there. Sorry guys, my commentating isn't the best. It might improve with time, but right now it is what it is, eh? Let's see what the two teammates are gonna do here. Are they gonna go for a bump draft? No. See, SFE, that's some teamwork right there. He's actually just purely forcing Slayer on the slower line there. So when they come in here, he has to tap off a bit so that he doesn't pass both of us on the straight. That's some team strategy there. Oof, we're going for I was going to go for a pass, but I decided to back out. Let's see what our leaders are up to. They're still just comfortably sitting in the back. The guys are still doing really well. Moment, just single file racing. I know there's the next lap gets a bit airy between myself and the BM. But we are just keep giving each other some nice space. Beautiful how the cars come around the corner there, two Astons. That's actually quite nice with the subtle differences. Brilliant racing. It's amazing. I like watching these replays. It's really bloody beautiful, man. Alright, so we entered the fourth lap now, and this is where things started getting not so great for the BMWs. So, let's go for running order. So we got Binti in the front, followed by Priority, still there. Null, like on a little holiday here. Donato, so very relaxed, and behind them, that's where all the carnage is. Biscuit is like leading the pack. So we had a disconnect issue. The two BMs are running on the same connection, and their line dropped. And I'm actually very sad because the racing in the front there is exquisite. It honestly is. And so that's why I haven't been skipping it, because I want to showcase these guys at least. They put an effort to be here, and I mean they DC'd early on, so I just want you guys to see like how the racing was. And getting back to that, I'm actually going for a passing maneuver on the BM at the moment. Look, the Audi has insane legs, but I think the BM went for a little bit of a cut back on the next corner. Let's see, I'm trying to keep the defensive line. Did I run wide for the corner? Yeah, just holding onto that line. So far nice and clean. Look, Jose's a good driver. He knows like where the limits are, and he's like literally applying as much pressure to me as he can. Sitting on my bum. So I think I braked a bit earlier. Yeah, and he look there, guys. He swerved not to hit me. So that is also something you guys can take away from this. He did swerve not to hit me, which is great. I think there was an incident here, like we went in like too wide, and the BM just lost it. And this is shortly after this where the DC happened. So let's just go back to the running order. Binti in the front, you can see he ghosted there a bit. I think that's where the disconnectivity issue started. Priority chasing him down, but there's a bit of a gap formed now. And it was in the middle of this lap where the two BMs dropped, and I'm very disappointed with that. It's like, as you can see, man, they were putting in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and the racing was just superb. Honestly, it was. So very upset about that. But yeah, now we can get back into the racing. So the two pink cars, like, are always, I know it sounds biased, but we are literally together the whole time. Like, out of all the teammates, we just like each other. But that changes later on in the race. But yeah, so I'm gonna skip a bit. Let's follow over here. We'll skip a bit forward. So we're on lap 6 now, and I think this is where Binti DC'd. Yeah, see Binti DC'd there, lap 6. So we're almost going into pitting, and at the moment the positions stay roughly the same. There was a bit of position swapping over here. So between the Chev and the pink car, like a little Audi, they're going in for a nice corner here. Like, so over here was tight knit, and a bit back of the pack as well was tight knit over here. But at the moment the real racing position is right here. So Denied Profit, brilliant driver. He's going in for the defensive line here. The two pink cars are on the prowl. Those cars just look angry. We got Null sitting in second. Let's showcase that beautifulness, and like, I just love that. That is very beautiful. And that is some close racing. I mean, those two Audis are hungry. Slayer is actually coming up to front stripe quite nicely there. And Dave making justice in that Aston. Oh, this Astons look beautiful. And our leader Priority, leading quite nicely still. Null, still second. Denied Profit, third. The two Audis following closely. And we got from Stripe in 6th. Slayer 7. Dave 8. Goes 7, 8, 9. Ballistic 10. Alright, let's see what's happening here. We're going onto the straight. This is normally where most of the passing happens. Let's see what is happening. Audis are going to come in strong here, but then again, this car has a lot of legs. My teammate's too far away to give me a bit of a bump draft. So I'm going to skip a bit forward here. Let's actually go back a bit. So we're in lap 7, and this is where strategy started coming in. So we have Denied going into the pit lane here. So he went to pit. Alright. We got Front Stripe in the pit lane. Slayer in the pit lane. Lap 7. So they were going for like a 50%, which is your general like rule of thumb on like sport mode. So they just went for the general 50% mark, go in, pit, come out. And I actually want to go have a look at what tires they all put on. So, going back to Denied. Denied came out with Racing Arts, Front Stripes on Racing Arts, and Ghost is still in the pit for some reason. I'm not sure why. But anyway, he's still in Racing Hearts as well. Oh, and he's on Racing Hearts, there we go. I know Priority switched onto mediums. So this is where things started becoming interesting, and I'm going to skip a little bit until we get into the pit lane. I actually want to feature this car right here. So, part of racing this strategy, and this is also for you guys to learn. Now my little sneaky teammate here, this little guy here, was fuel saving. Okay, because of all the like people keeping it up in the beginning. So instead of routing the car to the limit, he was fuel saving. Now watch this. Look at the gap between him and Noel. Okay. And now just watch. This is what fuel saving can do for you. And I'm showing you this for a reason. Look, he had more fuel than Noel. Okay, coming into the pits. And he's ahead of Noel, coming out of the pits. That says a lot. And the Denied strategy paid off. He's in second position now. So while we were pitting, so pitting one lap earlier can pay off, guys. Look, he actually made a gap onto us again there. This guy scored like sharks forever. He scored massively out of that. Noel now sitting with me on the rear, giving unnecessary pressure. Then we have Front Stripe. And I mean, now everything just changed. Everything's different. And that's what a bit of lag there. So we got Noel coming to bridge, and I think there was a bit of a passing maneuver here. Let's take a bit of a look. Yeah, a bit of a risky passing maneuver onto the bridge there. Thank you, Noel, for not squeezing me. I think you flashed me a bit there for that. Yeah, there's a bit of a flash there. But thank you, clean racing. And now there's two Nismos are just right next to each other. Yes, beautiful. See, I love the aspect of team racing. It's honestly what we're striving for here. Other than that, the positions stayed the same mainly. I'll follow Front Stripe a bit. Let's see what happened there. So I think his teammate gave him the inside here. So now the two Nissan side by side. Well done to Noel, tapping off for his teammate so he can have the line. That is teamwork, guys. This is what this is about, teamwork. Priority actually into the pits now on the end of lap 9, and I have a slight suspicion. Look, he ran the car up to absolutely no fuel. He's exiting on, well, it says racing odds, because I think now my replay is broken. But I know he put mediums on, so we know that. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's definitely broken because SFU Sim Racing also had medium tires on. So okay, so I don't know what the guys with the replay needs to work. But look at that. Sharks Forever caught up to Denied quite nicely as well. Sitting right in the back of that EKZ Motorsports car there. Or EKZ Racing. No, Motorsports. There's two EKZ teams, you guys are confusing. I'm just gonna like say it. Behind us, well behind over here is myself and Noel. The field is pretty split out at the moment. Priority just comfortably sitting there. And this is where things start getting interesting. So, Shark's going for the outside. Denied knows he's racing, so he has the inside here and he's going to try and go for the late brake and block. But that Audi just gets onto the brakes so late. And especially with the medium tires compared to the hards, like I'm speaking out of what I know from what happened in the racing. I know Denied and myself stayed in hard tires. And yeah, from here he's just pulling away, he's gone. So other than that, the racing is pretty much the same here. I'm just gonna skip forward a bit. There was not much position changing. Ballistic, that Jaguar does look. Oh, thank you so much, Ballistic. Actually, like looking. How can I get a nice view of that? Look at that. He has the LNR logo at the on the back of his car. Thank you for the support, Wolfpack Racing. Thank you, Ballistic. Like, honestly, not a lot of people do that, and thank you. Like, we do notice things like this, not always immediately, but thank you very much for the support. And you get a special showcase for your car coming onto the main straight, because it's my video. And I'm a big Jaguar fan, so it's just like it's a bit biased. But honestly, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, let's go through the running order. We got the man with too much pace on the planet, Priority ZA. Behind them, the guy with just as much pace, SFE Sim Racing. Denied Profit securing a third at the moment, followed by the angry pink filthy ZA car. Van Strape coming in hot. Noel, his teammate, defending Slayer there. Slayer strong on the attack. Dave comfortably chilling, not much pressure at the moment. Ghost also open track, and Ballistic also open track at the moment. So the racing is between second, third, and well, from third to about 7th. That's where some close racing is happening. I mean, these two are on it. Like Slayer is hungry for Noel. But I know there's not much action here at the moment. Going to skip a little bit. And I think this pretty much remains single file until the end. But we will have a look. We're coming up to the last lap now. Alright, so here was an interesting occurrence that happened. Not sure which view to go for, we might have to replay this a couple of times. So this was a mistake on my behalf. I should have braked a little bit earlier, but I'm also showcasing this to what to do in an instance like this, because we both had a lot of respect for each other. So I braked a bit late. I tapped him quite hard. I mean, he's going wide. I tapped off. Let's just replay that again, like to show you that. So watch my accelerator at the moment. I waited first to see if he's gonna hit the grass, and then I continued racing after I saw he recovered, because I could have overtaken him. So I'm off the power, waiting, and then I saw he's fine, and then I got onto the power. So I spoke to Denied afterwards about this next occurrence here. He got confused, so he started braking here. He didn't know where he was because of that incident. So yet again, I waited. I could have gone for the pass, but because I know it was my fault, I left him in his position, and from here we carried on racing. And from here it was pretty close racing, I must admit. Like, I like racing with people like this. It's really fun. So we're checking what's happening at the back of the pack here. we're all at the back of the pack. Priority is gapping us senselessly. So at the moment, nice single file. This is the last lap, so I'm going to showcase the whole lap. It is the final lap after all. And I'm coming in for a sneaky maneuver. Obviously I can't go on the outside. Praying he would run wide. Hammering the throttle on this little car, but the night is on it. He's really hats off to you, man. Like, this, I was racing with my all here. And I think I went for a pass on the straight here to see what the other guys are doing. Pretty much single file from there on. So here we are, side by side, coming down the straight, onto the corner, coming into the sharp right-hander. What is the sneaky little dirty filthy driver gonna do? I don't think this is where I... okay, so I snuck past last lap of here. I was like, okay, I can breathe now. But it wasn't over. Then I was like, no, I will not take that. I'm going to sit on your bum, and I will make a move, and I will pass you. So I'm gonna try showcase. Just put it this way, this was intense, okay? This... okay, watch. So, I made a mistake. Knight's coming in, and he's powering through. Now my butthole's clenching, because here he comes. It's gonna be a drag race to finish line, and that's what 0.04 seconds looks like. Sorry, I just had to showcase that. So let's go back a little bit. So, we got our main man. Priority, ZA, well done, taking pole position. First place secured and fastest lap for the race. That's first place man coming over the line. Well done, Priority. Second place, SFE Sim Racing. Look at that beautiful car, bloody beautiful. His teammate Emperor and the Knight, so I'm gonna have to do this quickly. Coming into a drag race over the finish line, and then we got Van Strape in fifth, followed by Null, Slayer. Look, it's close racing at the end there. Dave coming up for the 8th position secured. Ghost 9th, Ballistic sitting in 10th, and that's the racing, guys. Well done to everybody, honestly. Thank you all so much, and I'll try and improve on my skills in these videos. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's adios.